Hello. Okay, today we are going to prep some healthy recipes that are super easy and just like affordable and things that I'm loving right now for spring here where I'm at. And karma and look at that. And I've been having this like itch to make like a cake. So we got some stuff to make a cake. We got like cake pans. And got our whole lineup here of stuff. I'm gonna make a lemon cake. It's gonna be a little bit healthier. Not extremely healthy by any means or obsessively, but just like swapping out like basic sugar for like coconut sugar. I don't eat eggs because my body doesn't like them, so we're doing flax. And then I'm gluten-free, so like a gluten-free flour. This is not necessarily like healthier by any means, but it's just a simpler version, I think. Like when I look up like recipes for cakes, or just recipes in general, I feel like there's like 5,000 million ingredients and I'm like, I don't want to go to the store and buy all of these things that I'm only going to use probably for this one recipe and never again. Or like, I don't know, it's just overly complicated. So we're going to simplify everything today and that's going to be our day. And then we're probably going to get in a workout here in a bit, of course. And that's going to be super simple, straightforward too. So let's get into it. I did leave these soaking in like water, it was warm water, and rice vinegar overnight because we are going to use the like zest, and lemon skin tends to be like, I don't know, I've just like read a lot about, you can kind of see this stuff in the bottom there, but like it just has like a lot of crap on it. So I wanted to make sure that we soaked them overnight and just made sure to kind of get them a little bit cleaner. So yeah, we're going to pull them out now and rinse them off. Look how yellow that is. Rinse them off and then we will get into grating them for the zest. So if you didn't figure it out already, we are starting on with the cake recipe. It looks like a lot of steps, but it's actually really easy and simple. And these are ingredients that you could use a million times over in a million different things. And you'll see kind of later on in the future recipes that we use some of the lemons and stuff in kind of other recipes. So it's really easy. Me making my own milk for the cake, which was used out of the tahini that I had on hand and some water blended up because I didn't have any technically non-dairy milk. But fun fact, this is usually what I will make when I need milk. Any nut or seed butter, water blended up will make milk for you. Okay, disclaimer, this cream cheese was like really difficult to get out of the container. It was so hard, so I don't know if I would recommend this brand or Trader Joe's's, but it worked once we blended it up, and that's all that really matters. One of the cakes had a little air bubble that popped, but that's okay because it's just gonna go face down and get hidden in the cake and frosting. And I made little garnishes for the top of the cake using just sliced lemons, a little coconut sugar baked in the oven, and that was pretty much it. Next recipe I was prepping this day was ramen. I've been addicted to this lately. I don't know, it's just so satisfying to my gut. It's so warm, so nourishing, and it's so easy. You dump the broth in there, you chop up the bok choy, you get the shredded vegetables that are already shredded from Trader Joe's, put it all in the pot, you cook whatever meat you want to add to it, and it's pretty much that's that. I added a little rice vinegar to the broth as well as some tahini, as you will see here in just a second, to give it a little bit more flavor. And you can also add a little bit of coconut aminos, and it really brings up that Asian flavor. Other than that, I just added a lot of pepper and added some ginger to it, as you'll see here in a second. And it's just so good, so good. And also we'll use that later in another recipe. Okay, can you tell that I've been addicted to like Asian food lately? The next recipe is egg roll bowls. Super easy. You're gonna drop the rest of that shredded cabbage and carrot into a pan. If you have leftover bok choy, throw it in there too. With some leftover ginger, rice vinegar, added a little bit of the leftover lemon, and the rest of the meat that I prepped for that ramen goes in there as well. And again, this is just so easy and simple, but so good. Egg roll balls. Who would have thought? So good. Last recipe I don't have a lot of shots of because my camera decided to die, but it's a spring pasta. You add parsley, onion, and mint to a pan. You're gonna add some peas. You're gonna juice the lemon in there, add a little lemon zest, and you're also gonna add some asparagus chopped up into the pan with some chicken. Voila, there it is. Salt, pepper, basically that was it, and it's so yummy but so easy. And then after all of that cooking, I definitely needed to get a workout in. This day I did an upper body circuit. Nothing too wild. I started off with these. I think I did around 12 reps as a whole. Turning here so you can see from this angle. Look how cute we are. And yeah, I love this. Works shoulders, works back, just kind of multi-purpose, multifaceted. Training is my jam. Then we went into whatever the heck these are called, but we see them done in Pilates all the time. Not really sure what they're called, but we're doing them. And again, I think I did about 12 reps of those. Then I went into these little tiny arm circles with weights. And let me tell you, do not underestimate these because they burn, but in a good way, And see how I'm not using crazy heavy weights? That's because I didn't feel like it this day. We went into working some biceps. And again, I did around 12 reps of these. And I probably should have went a little bit slower. I think I caught myself there on the decline there, but that's okay. Progress doesn't have to be perfection. Then we went into some tricep extensions. Once again, just kept it with a light weight this day. I think I'm using 5-pound dumbbells. Nothing absolutely crazy. I think you hear all the time to like lift super heavy in order to see results, but that doesn't always work when your body isn't on board. With women, I find that it makes you like inflamed and your body infuriated when you press beyond its actual limits. I didn't actually feel like working out this day, but we went to the gym anyway. And my compromise was using a little bit of lower weight, higher rep. Did about 12 to 15 of those each side. Then we worked up to a little bit of a heavier weight for some shoulder presses. I press kind of rotated inward a little bit because you don't want to work your rotator cuff. You want to work your shoulder muscles. And when your elbows are facing outward the entire time, you're more so working your rotator cuff. All the pressure is on your rotator cuff. Then we went into a little bit of glute and chest. And let me tell you, this is one of my favorite combinations to do because come on, working the chest while we're working the butt. It's a dream come true. Tell me it's not, because I believe it is. I did about 12 reps of these, and I really was trying to move slow and controlled, but see, I caught myself there. And now we're going to go into a raised tricep push here. Working the glutes, working the triceps. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the multifaceted workouts where you get multiple body parts done and working in a shorter amount of time. That is what I love. That is what I found works and what is consistent for me. Then we went into some abs. Weighted abs. Nothing too crazy or intense. Working the side obliques, working the upper abs here. I continued with the weighted abs here, as you can see, but this could easily be done without the weight, just to kind of get in the motion and hang of it. I add a little weight just to add a little extra resistance at this point to make it a little bit harder and increase my core strength. But if you're just trying this workout out for the first time, try it without the weight, get the hang of it first, get the hang of the motion and movement within your body first, get comfortable with that. And then you can add some weights. Sometimes I do this with a heavier weight. Today, I opted for the 5 pounds because that is where we were at, and that is okay. The weight doesn't really matter. You showing up is what matters. And so regardless of the weight or no weight, who cares? You're showing up and we're doing it. So again, if you feel more comfortable trying this without weights, that works too. And maybe some days you feel like doing it with weights and some days you don't. And that's perfectly okay too. I think the thing about wellness and fitness that I've learned the most on my journey is that it's about adaptability to where we are each day and finding a way to be consistent but yet adaptable versus so strict and hard, beating up our bodies, constantly increasing the weight, constantly putting pressure on them. Showing up to move is all that really matters. And that was pretty much the workout. I did that for 3 rounds each exercise.